everybody. We're doing a little mini episode today, just talking about something a little funny, super short.
Keeping it pretty simple today.
Yeah. As a lot of you may know or may not know, we like to film. We like to make a lot of movies.
A little bit.
And we're getting to a point where I'm almost done with a feature script. And it's going to go into editing mode, and I have to start my next project, which involves, all I'm going to say is it involves some weird sports. I want it to be a little comedy, kind of like Dodgeball, have some heart to it. And I thought it would be fun to do a little research into some weird sports for this episode.
You gotta love weird sports. I mean, Kelsey, have you ever watched The Ocho on ESPN?
I have not, but I mainly think of Dodgeball when I think of The Ocho.
Yeah, The Ocho. My brother and I have been watching The Ocho a lot recently just because they broadcast the strangest things imaginable.
Yeah.
Like, I recently watched, and I apologize so hard if this is in your PowerPoint and I'm stealing your thunder. I watched a competition on The Ocho of something called Slippery Stairs. Have you ever seen this?
No, that's not part of my PowerPoint.
It's not part of your PowerPoint. All right, we're adding to the lore here. So Slippery Stairs is exactly what it sounds like. They set up a giant flight of stairs. They cover it with like soft, I guess the same material they use to make bouncy houses.
Okay.
And it's just covered in like industrial grade lubricant. And the only goal is for people to get up the stairs. But it's like 5 people. They're all color coded. They kind of look like the Miis from the Wii. Like they just have black pants and spandex like unicolor suits. But there's the men's division and the women's division. I guess the Eldritch Beings incorporeal division hasn't come to fruition yet. But they're trying to get to the top of the stairs. And what they can do along the way is just shove each other, drag each other, just push each other down these stairs to get to the top first. And it's brutal. You see people just like take a fall.
Oh my gosh.
I have some footage of it that I filmed on a TV in a hotel room in Chattanooga that I can show on my phone. Perhaps. Let's see if I can get that. But it doesn't have to be now. I have to hunt for it for a while.
It's okay. You can like hunt for it later, and then you can always put that clip into the podcast.
I'll drop it into the podcast
and
eventually.
Watch it afterwards. Yeah, I would imagine being an EMT and being told that you're working at that kind of event.
Yeah,
you're be working hard. Like you're like, I'm going to what?
I really wonder how many of these people get hurt. Here it is. Here's a video of some Slippery Stairs footage. Watch how this is. I filmed it when it came on the TV because I just knew I had to preserve whatever the hell I was seeing.
So it's like a inflatable.
It is. It looks like an inflatable. I think it has a plywood skeleton.
Okay.
Like it's reinforced to some degree. But
interesting.
Emily, here it is for you.
It doesn't look as slippery as it probably is.
Yeah, this was an early round, too, that I filmed this. So in the later rounds, they have people with buckets up on cranes just, like, dousing these poor fuckers with
does
lube.
it get, like, even higher?
They never extend it. It's just the same stairs.
It's just that hard.
Sometimes they have kids pelting them with baseballs and stuff. It's just
baseballs?
They've got to be the soft kind. They can't be actual, like... Okay.
Now
Stuart
we're a cat.
Come here.
Yeah, Stuart.
Sit.
I have fur cats. But he's actually making an appearance. Cool. But yeah, I'm going to be going into a little bit of history of some weird sports. How I'm going to do it is I'm going to show you a nice photo, and you can kind of guess what sport it is. Some are ones that we've talked about before. Some might be a little weird. And then we'll go into a little bit of history about it.
But none of them are slippery stairs. We got
none
that
of it's
out
slippery
of the way.
stairs. I'm surprised. But I would mention at the Ocho is I think about how in the beginning of Dodgeball, the movie, that's a big plot point, is they talk about the Ocho, and that's where the Dodgeball tournament happens. So.
Yeah, there's real Dodgeball on the Ocho, for sure.
So that's great. Okay, so now I'm happy to know that it's real. I'm glad that he's all involved in this little mini episode.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the first Stewart sighting fans of the show have seen. I mean, Roxy's made an appearance, Mango's made some appearances.
And now he's gone. Okay. So
we
let's
gotta
get into some.
Let's go.
We'll start with a classic.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this. This is, I think it's formerly called quad ball now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's Quidditch.
Quidditch.
It is.
You
It
silly
Quidditch.
kids.
Yeah, it is Quidditch. So it is inspired by Harry Potter books, but has since changed their name to Quad Ball in 2022.
It's like the Jedi religion where like you go to their website and like we're trying to dissociate from Star Wars, but it's like you guys say you're Jedi. You're not ever going to break the accusations.
Which, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, it's inspired by the Harry Potter franchise. So there are 7 players minimum per team with a maximum of 21. There are 6 players always on the field, so there are always 3 chasers, 1 keeper, and 2 beaters. And then the 7th player is the seeker.
Mm-hmm.
The seeker like, only comes out during certain times of the game, basically. You're not constantly out there. So It's kind of funny. So to score points, the chaser and keepers must keep the quad ball, which is a slightly deflated volleyball.
Has to be slightly deflated.
Yeah.
So it's what grippier? Like
Yeah, it has a weird shape to it. 'Cause the ball in the game is
it has a divot
weird
in
shape
it.
to it. So yeah, it has like multiple.
interesting.
So
I guess to grab it.
That's what I would think. Like
yeah.
I guess the alternative would be just bringing back that stickum stuff they used to use in the NFL. So like they grab stuff and it would just like stick to their wrist. And
Oh yeah. Mhm.
I know nothing about sports.
you're gonna learn a lot here.
Yes.
But basically, you trying to get it into the 3 opposing hoops, and you score 10 points. To impede their opponents, speeders can use dodgeballs to hit the opposing players and technically remove them from the play. Which I guess, Harry Potter, it's better than them beating those bludgers at them.
Yeah.
So it's just a little dodgeball, which is nice.
Doesn't have to hurt.
And then once hit by an opposing dodgeball, that player must dismount from their stick, drop any ball being held, and return to the touch of their own team's hoops before re-entering the games. The ultimate goal is to have more points. Then all of a sudden, this is when the snitch comes out.
Yes.
This is crazy.
Oh.
When the snitch
I think
comes
I know
out,
this.
basically. Which is a tennis ball inside a cloth tube hanging from... It's a weird little thing of this little flag that basically gets carried around and you have to kind of chase it. And the flag runner moves into the pitch and tries to evade the 2 seekers. When one seeker catches the flag, that team is awarded 30 points, which is a lot better than a typical Quidditch game. You get a lot of points.
It's stupid.
They nerfed it. That somebody was like, "We're nerfing it." Patch notes, Quidditch.
Yeah, because you basically automatically win if you catch the snitch in the normal Harry Potter thing. It's like 100 something points.
That's ridiculous. That's
it's
absolutely
insane.
ridiculous.
I will say though, my little peak in gaming, PlayStation 2, Hogwarts World Cup Quidditch game.
Ooh.
There were Hogwarts Quidditch video games?
Yeah.
How did I not know
There's
that?
a new one
I
now.
have one.
But
Yeah?
this was PS2.
Mine
This
was
is old
easy.
days, yeah.
This is the old one. But yeah, there is a new one out. But I don't have it. But the PS2 one, I did win the game by having more points. Even when the other team caught the snitch, I still won
That's
because I had more points.
That's insane. I mean, how many points do you need to beat the snitch?
yeah, I had a lot over them. So I'm just saying that is my big moment in playing video games.
So the snitch in real life is like a lightning round thing where it comes out and you got to get it while you can get it, right?
Yeah, and it has a kind of a cool thing with it. Because normally when you catch a snitch, that means the game's automatically done. Not in quad ball. It's a little bit different. So in this one, if the winning team catches it, that means the game's over.
Okay, yeah.
Now, if the other team who's losing catches it, that means the game automatically goes into overtime to see who can catch 30 points over, I guess, their original score. That's the kind of thing of it. Or until the teams decide to just concede.
So you can forfeit. You can just be like,
Yeah.
He said I'm tired.
enough of this.
This has been going on too long. Quit.
Enough of this
Yeah.
Hogwarts hogwashing.
Yeah, you can concede, but the point of it is that you have a chance when you catch a snitch. Like, it basically gives you additional time to potentially get your team high enough to beat them. But again, if the winning team catches it, it's automatically over.
It's a walk-off. It's just that's
it's
it.
like, it's done. Which, I mean, is how it is in the normal games.
Yeah,
So
that's crazy.
they added some nice points to it to make it more realistic.
Yeah.
Because the snitch was overpowered.
Yeah, I mean, they're thinking about it very modern, like patch notes. We got to nerf, we got to buff, we got to make it fair.
Patch notes. Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
We talked about this one.
Yeah, you've definitely shown us this, Kelsey.
I forgot what it's called.
The actual name for this is
Fake equestrian.
yeah, I can't think of the actual name.
Hobby horsing.
Okay, hobby horsing.
Yeah, hobby horses are stick horses. They're mostly self-made, so most of the players do make their own.
You can't just go buy a hobby horse.
You can.
But it would be a faux pas.
It would be insane.
It'd be
insanely
gauche.
priced. But a lot of these people do sell their own sticks that people can buy, and they're like thousands of dollars. Like they're really expensive. Some people make their living just doing hobby horsing and then selling.
Oh my God.
things.
I know what we're getting into. I know what we can do.
No, I don't think I could. Well, I guess making them. I guess we could do that.
We
but
can make them. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, it wouldn't be
I was
that
like,
hard.
I can't do hobby horsing.
No, I think we could be hobby horse crafters and make so much money for the show. Like, we
goodness.
could go to India to do the parrot thing that way.
So they do movements like jumping and dressing without the real life horse. So it combines a lot of gymnastic elements because you are jumping over like huge things. In Finland is where it was origin. It has like origin at. And it has an annual national championship that is held in addition to regional competitions. It has gained popularity between a lot of the Nordic countries in Europe. And the hobby has spread to Australia by 2016. And the first Australian national championship was held in Queensland in 2024, which is crazy.
Wow, so it's Australia and then like Scandinavia.
Basically.
So there are Vikings in Valhalla looking down on their descendants right now, being like, "What the fuck are you doing? What is this?" I don't know what a Viking accent sounds like. That was very Russian.
Yeah. That was-
Russian Vikings. Yeah.
It's very popular with girls and young women between the age of 12 and 18 years old. I do want to point out that all these sports, we'll joke about them, but these people do take them very seriously.
Yeah.
They're
You have to.
very
Yeah.
serious sports.
Horse girls are serious.
Yeah. Even if they
Well,
can't
but
have
I mean,
real
a lot
horse.
of horse girls who have actual horses, they look down on these people for
Oh my
having hobby
God.
horsing.
Fucking elitists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like,
Not everyone can afford a horse.
Yeah, horses are gigantic. How do you feed that
yeah,
thing?
they're
Yeah.
expensive to that, but also hobby horses, those sticks are also pretty expensive.
They are. So they have a counter to that claim.
So, I mean, it's a lot. You have to be very into these sports to want to
Yeah.
join it.
Yeah.
We talked about this one too.
Okay, so they're skydiving. What are they doing while they're? It's like ironing.
Yeah,
They're ironing
extre-
towels.
Extreme ironing.
Extreme
Yes.
ironing. That's what this is.
Yeah.
This is extreme ironing.
Huh?
I cheated.
Oh man.
I read the book.
There's a book.
There's
about
a
this.
book. Well, there's a book about a lot of these.
Well, it's a hobby book I had that had all
Yeah.
the sticky notes in it that we were talking about. This was one of them. It's also known as EI. to
So
make
you
it
could
sound-
say, "I do EI," and no one would ever guess what it is.
Yes. This is an extreme sport where you take your ironing to remote locations. But sports history, there's a lot of different stories about it. When I first read about it, it was a story of like a guy who had to do a lot of chores, and he decided, I don't want to iron my clothes, but I want to go hiking. So he thought, I'm going to bring it with me when I go hiking and mountain climbing. So that's the story I heard. But there's two people that is credited to who actually brought the activity. Tony is said to be the one who actually brought it to like public places, like more of like a laugh kind of thing. While like Phil brought it into like, this is an actual sport.
So two conflicting destinies for the sport of extreme ironing. One wanted to have a laugh with it. One wanted to be taken so seriously.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
This is a real thing. The first competition took place in Germany in 2002. So there are global competitions.
Wild.
There's a lot of different photos I've seen of it. Some people doing it underneath water, they do it while rock climbing, things like that. It's really insane. The way it's scored is how good of an ironing job you do and how extreme the location is.
So they're checking for wrinkles and stuff.
They
when
are
you're done.
checking the
It's like-
Ferret, which I'm like, how do you bring actual heat up there to these
Yeah.
locations? A
You have
lot
to
of
use
them
your
will be
body heat.
Yeah. But I guess forcibly trying to smooth it down helps. I don't know. Underwater, like
I don't
How do you
I
do
don't
it
get it.
underwater? I mean, it's just going to come out all soggy.
Yeah.
soggy, and when you bring it up to the air, it's gonna wrinkle.
Yeah, I mean,
but
that
you get a
defeats the
lot of
purpose.
points for how extreme it was.
That's true.
If you get a
That's pretty
shark in the
extreme.
background,
You won.
Oh yeah,
won.
you fucking win.
You
That's
win.
badass, man. You know what this reminds me of in a weird way is remember planking? Remember
oh
when people
yes,
were planking?
planking. They're planking all over the place.
It's the same idea as planking, except you're doing an actual job of something instead of just lying down, you know? I always thought planking was funny because like literally that's all it is. You just lie down in
Yeah.
funny places.
And they went like pretty extreme with it. Like I think some people have like, not necessarily died, but probably have died from
I
it.
think there were
definitely injured.
There
Yeah.
were planking injuries for sure. I don't know about deaths. We would have to verify that claim.
Yeah, that's
but
why I was like, I'm not sure, but I wouldn't be surprised.
That was about like 2012 or something, right? So I feel like that's the era of the internet. You'd hear urban legends about it where somebody'd be like planking death, and then you got to go to Snopes and find out if it's real or if it's somebody just trying to get clout by like.
There's a lot of them, like people who climb like really tall buildings and
Yeah,
take like
the edge.
photos, like they really like that kind of thing. And then some people die from that.
Yeah.
But extreme irony, I don't know if there's anyone who's died from this, but it's an extreme sport. You can say that for sure.
If someone died from this, it would be extremely ironic.
Get out.
Oh, I know what this is. Emily, can you guess?
Running downhill. I have no idea.
You got to look in the picture. What's that?
Is that a roll of duct tape?
No. Yeah, Kelsey, you're probably just like, of course Ben knows what this is.
Yes. It goes along with his movie.
Yeah, I ran into it while I was researching.
Oh, it's a wheel of cheese.
It's a wheel of
It's a wheel of
cheese.
cheese.
Yes, this is the cheese race.
It's cheese rolling.
Huh?
It has been a tradition for over 600 years, believed to be. But the first written evidence of the sport was in 1826. But it was described as a very established tradition when they talked about it. So basically, participants in men's and women categories chase a circular, it's very specific type of cheese down Cooper's Hill. It's a 7-pound wheel of cheese that once you catch it, it gets it gets tossed in the air above a cheese master. It runs down the hill. It's a 200-yard hill, and it gets like speeds of 70 miles per hour. Imagine getting hit by a 70 mile per hour cheese.
I want to see this.
Yeah, this would knock you flat. This is extreme.
Yes.
And I wonder if it's like the Rockefeller Christmas tree where like this event is about to happen and cheesemakers are just presenting their cheeses.
Oh my
like, is mine
goodness.
going to be chosen this year?
Is mine worthy
They're all
enough?
bidding like to be picked.
Yeah,
So, like,
it's got to be an honor, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
I do wonder, like, do they have like a preferred cheese person they go to, or is it like a bidding war every year where people are like, please pick my cheese?
Yeah,
That is
videos
something I
are
do
being made,
wonder.
like auditions for the cheese are happening. I want that to
I
be
bet there's
real.
2 rival cheesemakers in Brockworth. It's just it has to be from that town.
It has to
Yeah.
be from that town.
Documentary time,
Yeah.
mockumentary. We can make this.
Bitter, bloody rivalry.
Yeah, so basically, whoever makes it to the bottom of the hill first wins because they get the big cheese and they get titled of cheese champion. It is an extreme sport because everyone from participants to onlookers and even media
Yeah.
attend at their own risk because every year there are injuries.
Yes.
And there are, like, which basically includes like broken legs, being knocked unconscious. Like, it's a very dangerous
Yeah.
thing. Imagine also being an EMT at this event.
Yeah.
Especially like your first day on the job and you're like, dang it.
Like,
this is
we don't have
scary.
to do this, guys. We don't
Yeah.
have to.
But I think that would also be fun to watch. But you also, like, you have to risk your own life to even watch it. Like, you have to.
You got to hope the cheese doesn't just barrel your way, you know? If
Yeah,
you're
but
in
it
the
just
way of
hits
that
the
thing.
wrong angle. It just
Yeah.
flies at you at 70 miles per hour.
Yeah, straight to the forehead. Bam, you're in fucking underworld in the
But-
next minute. Yeah.
If I get hit, do I get crowned cheese champion? As
That's what you risk it for.
Yeah.
Cheese
'Cause
champion.
I
you
want that
caught the
on my
cheese.
tombstone.
You did, in fact, catch the cheese.
Yeah.
I want it on my tombstone, basically, if I had to
Yeah.
catch the cheese.
Kelsey lived as she died. A cheese champion. Cheese champion in this town has to be like the town badass. Like if you win cheese champion, you got to be like all the bachelors and bachelorettes are just throwing themselves at you. You know?
That would be. Wow. I hope there's a parade for it. I feel like this would be something
should
that,
be a
at least
parade,
at
yeah.
one point there probably was a parade. I didn't see
There's
anything about that, but there has to
gotta
be.
be,
There has to
yeah.
be a parade. I want a parade for me winning cheese champion.
Yeah, cheese
And we all
champion
could
parade.
share the cheese.
There could be a throne. I mean, people could carry you on one of those thrones that you got to carry. The 4 guys have to. I'm pitching these ideas to
Yeah.
this town.
and I want to wear
here.
like a cheese hat.
The Wisconsin
The Wisconsin cheese hat, yeah.
Yeah, I want to be like that. But I want the very particular double, like, Gloucester cheese. I can't even.
Gloucester cheese.
Is it Gloucester?
That's it. Yeah.
Gloucester?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how you say that. Is it like Worcestershire sauce? Maybe it's
Yeah.
like
It is-
Gloucester. Or,
It is Chester.
yeah.
So Chester.
Gloucester.
Gloucester.
Who's to say? We need to ask an English person. They know how to say this
I'm
stuff.
gonna call up Jordan. My
Yeah.
only British friend.
Yeah.
I'll call my uncle.
Yeah,
Call my British connections. Hey, how do you say this?
the Englishman we know. Okay, new sport. All right, what's this? What are they doing? Is that
I was gonna say hockey, but those look like swords.
No, I don't know what the hell those are. I can't even begin.
You're on the right track of hockey.
Yeah, is it like some kind of
field
underwater
hockey?
Underwater
It's
hockey.
underwater hockey.
It's
okay.
just regular hockey.
Or also known as octopus in
Octopus.
the UK. As you could tell in that last photo, like they're not wearing scuba diving gear. They have to hold their breath.
They're raw dogging it.
Yes, they have to. They're in a snorkel, and you have to hold your breath. You cannot use any breathing device in this sport. So the goal is simple to like how normal hockey is. They're trying to maneuver the puck into the other team's goal. It is a limited contact sport, so it's not totally hockey where you're like beating up people. It's but you can have some contact 'cause you're underwater. You can push people a little bit, just very limited. Underwater hockey was started in the UK in 1954, and now there are world championships, world tournaments. And the funny thing to me is there's no way you can watch this from like sidelines.
Yeah.
No, it would be underwater.
You have to, yes. All spectators have to put on a mask and fins, a snorkel, and enter the pool for
my
a
God.
view of the playing area. And it's possible to take advantage of the works of like underwater videographers who can like record the event.
Yeah.
But that's the only way you can actually watch this.
So they can hire the videographers that worked with like Jacques Cousteau and just had the special equipment. The videographers that shot H2O, just add water and shit. They're like, oh,
This is,
we
what,
can
this is
get
their
these
side
guys.
gig.
Yeah,
In
that's what they do
between
the rest
their
of the year.
other
Yeah.
gigs. You still got to make money in between the big gigs. So you have to go do this.
I wonder if this got big enough, could you have like a box seat that's a submarine? Like a submersible. They just put it in the water and you can sit in there on a throne with your popcorn.
It'd be a very expensive box seat, but
People would pay for it.
I don't think it would be a
Like,
submersible, but like I feel like they probably have one that you take some stairs down and it'll be kind of like the aquarium kind of thing.
Yeah, you
but
get a
with
glass
little
around you.
Yeah. They could probably do that. They probably should do that for like the world championship, like the world tournament that they do. They should have it where they have like glass underneath, like around it. That's what they should do. But right now, you have to join underneath and hopefully not get hit by the puck.
Yeah, that's like a courtside seat, you know? You could get hit by anything.
But at least it's a small little thing you're using to hit it. It's not like a giant.
I know, those things look like butter knives.
Yeah, they're
just
very
like,
small. So let's go to the next one. I talked about this one before.
tractor
too.
racing.
oh my God, tractors? This is insane.
Oh, those lawnmowers.
They are
They're lawnmowers?
Yeah.
Oh no.
They are lawnmowers.
They're racing lawnmowers.
Yes.
They should be on grass.
This is lawnmower racing. The earliest record of this race style was in 1968 in the UK. The UK does a lot of weird sports.
They got
as
too
you
much
have to.
time.
They do. I mean, they already have weird sports over there enough. I mean, cricket. I don't
cricket.
understand cricket.
They're gonna add just
They're just making it
more and
weirder
more
to like
from the
confound
UK.
us.
So the origin of so they use basically the original like mower engines, but they are taking away the blades and they modify the engines to
What's the
be
point?
faster.
Because
Because they go up to like 50 miles per hour, which is insane to me. But yeah, you have to get rid of the blades. That's dangerous.
all the rest of these are dangerous.
See, what I'm thinking is go whole hog. You can repurpose the blades, put them on the side of your lawnmower
my
like
God.
James Bond, where you can just slash each other's tires.
I'm just thinking like you're slashing people's feet off.
There would be deaths. Oh my
Or
God.
on the side.
It'd
Like,
turn
oh
into
my
Mad
God.
Max. There would be like death
It would
races.
be dangerous.
This was in America, in Tennessee. You know the blades would still be on there.
They would. Yeah, they would not take such precaution in good old Tennessee.
The craziest thing to me about the whole thing is that there's a lot of different race styles. I didn't know a lot about like NASCAR and all that, but a few of my guy friends are really into racing watching. So and they also they do a lot of the online racing where you have the actual like car thing and you do that. But they're like in leagues. I have friends who are in leagues for this
In
kind of
leagues
thing.
for like video game racing,
Yeah.
simulators.
Yeah, like they have a whole like rig.
Oh yeah, when they have the rig,
It's
you know
really
they're into
cool.
it.
But because they compete in those races, I learned that there's always different type of races, and it's kind of the same for the lawnmower ones. There's like 12-hour endurance racing
In a lawnmower.
Is
in
that
a lawnmower.
like one tank of gas endurance? Or
Well,
is it
you would
just-
have to you probably have to stop and
Yeah,
keep
no, that's-
going. You fill up your gas, but you keep going and keep racing and racing and racing
That's
until
insane.
you.
What? Until the person says, I'm exhausted?
Yeah, basically you can just your thing can get destroyed.
Right.
You can lose your lead in the race because someone else takes over, that kind of thing. But yeah, 12 hours. You have to, I guess it's an endurance kind of thing to see how long you can last.
Yeah, you got to be in it for the whole...
I guess also your lawnmower could just break down.
I guess that's kind of what they're banking on, right?
Yeah.
It's like which lawnmower lives the longest. But there would be pit crews and stuff. There would be everything that you would see in a NASCAR race, I would bet, right?
Probably. But I just wanted to point out the 12-hour endurance race because I knew that was a racing thing for like NASCAR and for that, but like I did not know for lawnmowers that would be a thing. Like
yeah.
Just
yeah, it just makes me think, like, I've heard people talk about NASCAR and stuff and say, like, these are the greatest athletes in the world because most athletes play for a couple hours. These go 12 hours. And I'm just like, greatest athlete in the world? Like, okay, I get it. It's endurance. You got to stay focused and shit, but you're in a car. You're just driving. I don't want to say it's like I could do that. I couldn't do that. But you're not the greatest athlete in the universe.
No.
Like,
I can agree with that.
yeah.
Offending so many
NASCAR
people.
people are going to come for our necks, but I mean, like, let them come. I mean, we're going to.
Well, I'll do a hot take here. Ice skating and gymnastics are some of the hardest sports in the world.
Yeah.
Those are some of the hardest ones.
When you see what they have to do just to, like, stay ahead of the, I don't know what you call it, the meta. Like, have you ever seen that video of gymnastics in, like, 1912 versus 2012?
Yes. It's embarrassing.
It is. It's like, how have we let this get so extreme?
It is weird. You have to
100
always
years of-
beat the next record, and it's insane.
Yeah, I would wonder what gymnastics in 2112 would look like, but I mean,
God.
it would probably be banned by the temples of Syrinx by then. Because if anybody gets the Rush reference, thumbs up. I doubt anyone will.
Let's go to the next one.
Okay, so this is like that looks like one of those army runs, like those things where they make you go through like army courses and stuff, but you have to carry someone.
I know what this is.
You know
I
what
don't
this
wanna
is,
cheat.
all right? Yeah. No, I'm in the hot seat. I don't know what it is.
Don't go. It's wife carrying.
It's wife carrying.
It
So
is wife
these are
carrying,
married
yes.
couples, and you got to get through this.
You don't have to be married.
Oh, so it's like any just indiscriminate partner carrying.
They could be living in sin.
The drama.
You just have to be carrying a partner.
Huh?
So most teams consist of like men carrying a woman, but there's no rules on gender or marital status.
Nice.
So you could be two men you could be a man carrying another man. You could be a woman carrying a man. You could do anything in this kind of thing. But the whole objective is for the runner to carry their teammate through a special obstacle course for the fastest time. Very simple. It was first introduced in 1992 in Finland, which again, a lot of these countries you kind of hear them repeated. They all like to add a lot of.
They
got too much time on their hands.
Yeah, we need to do a study into these like Genesis spots for strange sports because it's like one of three every time. It's either Germany or the UK or like Scandinavia.
Yeah.
What is it about them? Why are they like the birthing pod of the universe for these unusual sports?
They like having, they like you said, have no time on your hands.
I guess
but
that's
they
it,
also
yeah.
like
They got a
to
lot
try
of
to.
vacation
They want to be the
days.
best at some of these sports.
Yeah.
So you'll hear about in one of these. One of the countries said that they picked it because they wanted to be the best at it. But there's several different ways to carry the woman, basically, or the person. As you saw in the other photo, the person was upside down, kind of thing. But you can do classic piggyback style. You could do the fireman carry. You can do the wife upside down.
Estonian
That's
style.
Estonian style.
Yeah. Do you want? There is kind of a messed up origin to this.
Oh no.
There are several legends of it,
Oh,
but
I
most of
think
the ones I read involved men attacking a village, robbing them, and abducting the women. So this is them running off with the women to either marry them or
That's insane. It's like looting the sport, you know.
It's kind of messed up to know that's the origin of it because that's scary. I don't want to get abducted in my village.
Yeah, so
to be forced to marry someone or worse.
The Vikings who are watching all the hobby horsers are looking at this being like, why don't you go and do that?
Yeah, basically.
That's better. That's more like what we did.
Got more Russian accent.
Russian Vikings in my universe. Yeah.
Yes. It is considered mostly a joke, but the competitors do take this sport very serious, like most of the sports on here. Wife carrying contests have been taking place in Australia, the US, Hong Kong, India, Germany, the UK, and other parts of the world besides Finland. So it's a lot of places that have it, and they also have like several records in the Guinness World Records.
So the Guinness World Records has categories for wife carrying.
Yes.
And they've, of course, got the records.
They do, yeah. Someone out there has the record.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't like it, Kelsey.
Yeah, that's a lot of feet. This is
Yeah, when you edit this, put a censor.
Yeah,
Show
gotta
it for a
censor it.
second and then immediately put a censor.
It's like
over
the
it.
incest warnings we've done before. They're like, if you are sensitive to feet, do not watch this part. This is like foot wrestling, right?
Yeah, like toe wrestling.
Yeah.
I cheated and saw the
It
sign.
does
Oh, no,
it
yeah,
does
it
say
does
it.
say, yeah.
I realized it as I was doing it.
See, I'm an idiot and I wasn't reading that.
I didn't notice until I was looking at it. I was like, oh, it does say it. I was banking on the fact that,
We don't read.
well, you
We
can't
can't.
see.
Yeah.
Because we're all, yeah, you're
Yeah.
wearing contacts right now,
Yeah, I'm
but
wearing
we're all
glasses
glasses wearers here. So I was banking on the fact that you probably couldn't see.
Yeah,
it.
Kelsey, you were writing this PowerPoint. You were just like, these losers can't read. They
They can't see. I thought it wasn't the reading part. They can't see.
We physically can't read from here. No.
I say as my glasses are on too.
Yeah.
So it's very similar to arm wrestling. So your toes interlock, and the whole point is to kind of pin your opponent.
Like thumb wrestling.
Yeah, like thumb wrestling, but also like the arm wrestling where you like.
Yeah, you got to
Pin
get a
down.
pin.
I don't know if my ankle moves like that. I guess other people's do.
You would have to
It's
have
a
the right
weird
ankle for
one.
this sport.
Yeah.
So this one is the funny thing because it was created in 1974 by drinkers who were frustrated about the World Cup and wanted a sport in which the British would dominate.
Oh my gosh.
Of course, this is the backstory.
Of course.
Yes, yep.
There's a bunch of hooligans.
Yeah, the football hooligans.
Yeah, of course, football hooligans would go to this.
And then the year after the sport started, the first winner was Canadian. So the British did not dominate the
Man.
sport like they originally planned.
They tried to stack the deck and got a royal flush.
Immediately.
The other one did.
But the World Toe Wrestling Championship is held annually in England. So you can actually go there and play. And here's some funny names of some of the people who win. There's Alan Nasty Nash with 14 wins, and his name is the Golden Toes.
Toes.
And then another successful toe wrestler. So there's Lisa Twinkle Toes Shelton. And then Ben's Total
Total destruction.
In 2024, it celebrated its 50th anniversary,
Good for them.
which is crazy. It's just one of those moments where I looked at the year,
Yes.
74, and I was like, that's 50 years ago?
That's only 30.
Yeah,
I was like, that's no, and I had to be like, oh wait, my parents are in their 50s. That makes sense. Okay.
that's
But-
right. I don't know why time just stops like that whenever we're thinking about like the 2020s and the 2016, like those years where I still think of 2016 as like maybe 3 years ago tops. It's almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've been thinking about the 70s and 80s, being like, oh, that wasn't long ago. I wasn't born during
Yeah.
those times, but I was like, that's not that long ago. It was 50 years ago.
50 years.
The official rules of toe wrestling does include a ban on using like stimulants. Referees do check the feet for warts and
good.
infections before the competitions. So there is some safety.
That's
Okay,
good.
yeah,
things
there's
in
no,
here.
they're not spreading anything foot to foot here. But like abnormalities would be considered advantages in this sport.
I
Like,
guess so. Oh, I mean, like to think of most sports. Like, I mean, when you think of like swimming, when you think of who's the big one of the big swimmer guys?
Like
Michael Phelps.
Michael
yeah.
Phelps. He has like abnormally long arms.
Yeah, so he's predisposed.
So he's automatically really good at it.
If you were like triple jointed in your metatarsals or whatever, you'd be like, oh, I'm winning.
Yep.
I'm going to be
yeah.
the toe champion.
I'm thinking if webbed toes would be a benefit or not.
Can you interlock completely though? You have to interlock
Is
just
that
a little bit.
necessary?
It does interlock a little bit.
That's discrimination.
Yeah. There needs to be a webbed toe league just so that they can have their own
Yeah.
league of their own, right? We're going to make a new League of Their Own movie, and it's
Oh
about
my
people
goodness.
with webbed toes doing toe wrestling.
Break that down.
Oh my god. We're gonna have to censor a whole film.
Oh.
What?
There's a horse.
Is this like okay, this is my crackpot theory. This is like those Mario Party 1 versus 3 games where one has an absurd advantage, but like the horde has to beat them. Is that kind of how this works?
Yeah, pretty much. Kind of similar. It's called
Versus Horse Marathon.
Marathon, yes. So this is an annual race. It consists of a little over 21 miles, which I will point out is not as shorter than a normal marathon. Most marathons are supposed to be 26.2 miles, but this is 21. And it's basically a race where the racers are running against riders on a horseback, and they have to go on mixtures of roads, trails, and mountains.
And you have to beat a horse.
You have to beat a horse.
Wow. That sounds like a real challenge.
It is. It is very difficult. Cyclists for a time period were allowed into this kind of race starting in 1985, but then they were kicked out in 1993.
Yeah, it sounds like kind of an unfair advantage.
Yeah, because in 1989, a cyclist actually beat the first horse by 3 minutes. That's too much.
Yeah, it's like, no, you got to throw the horse a bone at that point. The horse needs some help.
And at that point, that was the first time a human had ever beat a horse in the race. So it's normally horse that wins, obviously.
Yes, has to.
So they like almost expect the horse to win, right? They don't expect someone to beat the horse.
You don't expect it. But in 2012, they did see this guy become the first runner to beat a horse, and he won $25,000. So that was really cool. But if you look online, like I saw on Wikipedia and so that they have like a whole list of all the main race that happens every year. And the last few years, humans have won.
Wow. So it's like the 4-minute mile where people used to think it's impossible, and now it's like, oh, they just do that by default.
Crazy.
You know? People are beating the horse.
They are beating the horse, yeah.
Man, they need to buff the horse. I think they got to find a way to buff the horse. Put some like motorized wheels on it. Give it some like roller skates. Like, oh, the horse is coming in this time a little faster.
Or just, stop it, cyclist versus horse, like versus person. Like, make it different.
Yeah.
Because horses, I guess.
It might be the trails, like navigating. It's probably easier for a person than a horse.
Probably.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a mix of like a trail, mountain, and road. So you have a few different terrains going on there.
Yeah. Is it the same course every year, or do they just like vary it up? Do you know that?
I don't know, but it might be the same.
If it were the same every year.
There's usually a big annual race that happens. So I'm guessing it's probably similar every year.
I'm thinking like a video game speedrunner here. So like if it were the same course every year, you could memorize it. You could like orienteer your way through it based on your muscle memory.
And the horse could not.
The horse wouldn't. They wouldn't have the brain capacity to do that. So maybe you have an advantage over the horse just for being like the ape that uses tools, you know, the big brain human, you know?
The horse girls are going to come for us too.
Oh, no, yeah.
My horse is so smart. Horses in general, smarter than humans.
See, you know what? Someone pointed out to me, this has nothing to do with this sport, but people were talking about self-driving cars where like they make their own decisions. And I heard someone say like, isn't that just going back to horses? Where like a horse-drawn carriages, you could kind of rely on the horse to do the subtle things. You just directed the horse now and then. That's what a self-driving car would be like.
I'm just thinking about this one town where these self-driving cars, I've been seeing videos of it, where the cars, they would return every night to this one parking lot. And when they come near another car, they automatically beep. That's just their natural thing that they always do.
They defend their territory.
But when they come to a parking lot, it's just like it's basically an hour of them constantly beeping at each other as they try to get into the parking space. And it's like a huge problem for people living in the area because they're waking up in the middle of the night every night to these cars just honking at each other.
Our neighborhood has been invaded by robot cars.
Like watching them come in every night and just beeping and beeping and beeping. It's just,
that would be insane.
I'm just imagining like cows coming in and they're just mooing at each other.
It would be like that. Wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's basically how they're
communicating.
They're like trying to get their spots. So like, get out of my way. I'm trying to go to bed.
Exactly.
But see, for the horse marathon, what I would like to see is a horseman versus 100 hobby horsers. Wonder if hobby horsers would be into doing this.
Oh, that would be cool to see, like, the runners doing hobby horsing instead.
Yeah, instead of just running, you know?
Running, yeah.
Bring hobby horsing into this. Let them commingle and form something beautiful together.
Yeah. And we can add a few obstacles in there so they can do like cool jumping skills. Yeah, we can add that in. We have evolved.
I think we're advancing the sport here at our table of discussion. This is like back of the napkin stuff here. When the world knows this eventually, it's going to be like, who came up with that? And it's us, baby.
Yeah. We should start that.
Yeah.
Start that next year.
Huh? Oh, okay. They are diving into mud.
Yeah, I was going to say mud diving.
Don't look at the mud.
The mud has nothing to do with it.
Belly flop.
It's belly flopping? Okay. There's a belly flop competition.
Yeah, our belly flop competitions. Now, this, I will admit, this is kind of just a funny photo of it, like the idea of it. This is not how it actually is. It isn't in the mud. It's actually more extreme than that. It's actually really high platforms that they do this from. I'm not going to be able to pronounce this.
Yeah, that's not a usual
dots diving, dotsing, also known as death diving.
Death diving.
Yes. It started in Norway.
Of course.
And like I said, that was kind of a funny little photo I showed you. But when I started Googling this stuff really a lot more, I realized that the sport actually happens on really high platforms where you jump off.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
So it's a lot more extreme than a little like, oh, I jumped in a little mud puddle kind of thing. It's like a serious sport. The objective isn't to minimize your splash or achieve a perfect dive. It is to maintain a dramatic pose midair and create a powerful impact, which is kind of a thing of belly flopping.
But it doesn't have to be belly.
Not necessarily, but that's how you're going to get your most impact in it.
Belly flopping.
Because you're getting the
just
most space with it.
Sure.
So that's just the most viable strategy.
Yeah.
It's not the way you have
but like
to
I
do
see
it.
him, he's not like hands straight out like normal belly flopping.
Yeah.
He has his arms behind him. He's going to get a little bit of pose as he's going towards
Yeah.
it. So it kind of shows you it's a little bit different. So there is a world tour that happens that they have a lot of different competitions to qualify for the big world championship. And the world championship is the pinnacle event of sports of death diving and has taken place in Norway every August since 2008.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many people have died?
I don't know if anyone's like actually died, but you probably do get really injured from this.
Yeah, this has probably taken years off these people's
Oh my
lives. I
God.
mean, stressing
Imagine
your
also
body out.
like you're getting out of the water, just bruises.
Yeah, you would
all
become
over
completely
you.
like
I'm
every blood vessel destroyed. Yeah.
I'm thinking whiplash.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
oh my
yeah,
gosh.
that could get you doing this.
Yeah. Do
Well-
people like do they like how do they train for this?
Yeah, it's like being a stunt person. You got to like know how to not die, I guess. Like,
Yeah, but some people like they're gonna have so many different skills that they're doing. They're doing a lot of different stuff. This is you have to be really good at this one thing.
it's called death diving.
Yeah.
Imagine telling your parents, you know, I'm getting into this sport. You guys might not have heard of it, but it's called death diving. Your parents would be like, what the hell?
Clutching their pearls,
Yeah.
scared.
You are not doing that. We're not buying your tombstone for Christmas this year.
Oh my God. He's like, hey, Mom and Dad, I got into the world championship of death diving. Want to come see me death dive?
Yeah, the actual name is dodzing, but I mean, most people call it death diving. Like, what?
That would be, oh, God. But it takes place every year, which is the crazy thing about it. Like a lot of these sports, I would think, oh, it happens every once in a while, but a lot of these
This is
events
annual.
have like every single year they do a sport, and they have like a tour that goes around and does like qualifiers for it,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Okay. I was thinking like they did it more than once.
Oh,
like
man.
a tour.
Like they could
Yeah.
take it on tour. They could take it on tour.
They could,
This is an idea.
but the whole tour is meant to be like to qualifiers.
Yes.
And then you go to the big championship in Norway.
Oh
So
my
it's
God.
like you try it out a few
Yeah.
times
Yeah.
to get the world tour.
So you got to earn your spot in the big leagues.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But you could make it to Norway and perform this in front of the world.
Yes.
Good enough. You're that.
Pretty metal, guys.
It is.
Metal. Yeah.
You
It's
think
called death diving. It's pretty metal.
would the Vikings approve this for their descendants? You
I think so.
I would think.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They're like, you could be fighting instead of driving into the water like that, but you know.
I don't know. I mean, this is applicable to a fight. Like, imagine there's this horde of Vikings just battling some other guys, and then one just jumps off the mast of his like Viking skiff and just like belly flops into the water, and the torrential wave just like knocks everyone off of their boats and stuff. It could be applicable.
Could. But you're not. I mean, yes, you could. I guess if you're in the middle of a fight and you run to go climb up this cliff to do a whole like cliff dive into the thing.
I mean, it could be done. It could be like that Hobbit movie where they like had to get to the top of the cliff just to beat the bad guy. I mean, like someone could focus during the whole battle. Like, my mission is to get to the top of this cliff so I can do my thing.
But imagine that person does it and it's like the weakest way. It's like nothing.
Yeah, it'd be for nothing. Yeah.
Honored, exiled, just get out of here.
Yeah, they're like, you're done.
It's like if the shot to destroy the Death Star failed. Like,
Saddest thing.
we put so many people in his way to like sacrifice themselves to get to this, and then he didn't do it.
Crazy.
Wild. Ooh, this is another one.
Oh my god, that just looks like a regular fight. Like, it looks like you would see football hooligans doing that on any given day.
This is nut kicking.
Nut kicking. That seems to be what they're both going for, right?
Not the nuts.
Not the nuts.
Knees?
Is it just like knee kicking?
Shin kicking.
Shin kicking. Oh,
Why?
that's cruel.
I will point out this has been a thing for a very long time. It started in the 17th century.
Okay, so this is older than like anything we're
Yes.
talking about today.
So this is like a legit thing. It's shin kicking, also known as shin digging and or purring.
Purring. Why is it purring? Who decided this was it's purring, it makes you think of a nice cat. And
Wait, where is it on the PowerPoint? Okay, so it's spelled the same.
it's purring, yeah.
So
I don't
like you
get
think
it.
it's a combat sport where two contestants try to bring their opponent to the ground by kicking them in the shin. That's the whole point of it.
So that's the win condition. You have to get the other guy on the ground.
Yes, you have to.
Man.
I feel like me and my siblings did this.
Yeah.
And it was cruel.
It's especially cruel
It
to
is
be kicked in the
definitely
shin.
cruel. A lot of these sports also are just like, can you endure pain?
Yeah, I mean,
And
pretty
you'll see
much.
that for another one later on. It's like, can you endure this and not care that you're getting kicked in the shin? So basically, it started in the 17th century, but it was one of the most popular events at this like Cotswold.
The Cotswold Olympic Games.
Yeah. That occurred from 1612 to 1850. It was later revived in the 1950s, and shin kicking is still one of the favorite events of this game. So it's actually pretty popular. People love watching shin kicking.
Yeah. So Cotswold, if I've got my dates correct, they had their Olympics before the official Olympics like came back. I think they were doing it before there were official Olympics. Because like here in Atlanta, we had the 100th Olympics. And I think there was like a break in the Olympics somehow. Like they did it in Greece, of course, like the actual original Olympics where they were like throwing discuses and javelins. And then I think it went on hiatus. I don't know if it was like a Dark Ages thing, but like it had to be revived. The actual Olympics, there was a revival of the Olympics, and like they did the first one in Athens, and then the rest of the world picked it back up. But I don't know when that was. I know it just happened, right?
But I guess that would make sense for, they probably.
So Cotswold was keeping the flame alive.
They were.
Keeping that Olympic torch
But
burning.
they spelled it slightly different too.
They had their own way of.
Which I think is kind of funny.
No,
Yeah.
That's how they spelled it. It was weird. So typically the attempt is to strike their opponent's shin with the inside of their foot as well as their toes. To be successful in this event requires both agility and the ability to endure pain. So you basically want to kind of kick them down, or the loser starts crying sufficient when he has had enough.
That is such a funny thing for him to cry. Yeah, he's not being like, I give up. He's not tapping out. He's just like, sufficient.
That is the way to end it.
Sufficient.
Today, the matches are observed by a referee, and they're a little bit stricter about the rules. They kind of like watch it to kind of just score them. Kind of like boxing, you don't always have to knock out the person. You can also do it based off of like how many points you get based on how you kicked and stuff like that. So there's a couple different ways in it. It's not as cool because in modern competitions, the combats actually have to wear soft shoes and stuff their trouser legs with straw for padding.
Okay.
So it's not as cool as it originally was.
They've sanitized it a little.
Yeah. It's like when football added a lot more pads and helmets to it. Like, come on.
Yeah, people
Obviously.
were getting their necks broken. We got to do something about it. Yeah.
Yeah. But that goes the fun of that kind of sport where you're, I think, not plugged in.
Oh, no. Don't run out of batteries. If we run out of batteries, we're just going to have to continually talk about shin kicking for the rest of this recording
Let
session.
me grab the charger real fast.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't have it.
Oh, my God. Shin kicking. I feel like this sport would have to be soundtracked by like Irish rock. You know, that like Celtic rock that has the fiddles
Yeah.
and stuff? Like that's the appropriate soundtrack to a shin kicking competition. You'd have to have a live band, like somebody with the fiddle.
Oh my goodness, fiddle. Do you want to join shin kicking?
No.
Yeah,
Sounds
shin kicking
awful.
sounds pretty awful, I have to admit.
Yeah. Imagine your kid also coming up to you and be like, I'm a shin kicker.
Yeah. I mean, I do the dodging thing when it's available, but I mean, the rest of the year I got to earn my keep. So I do some shin kicking on the side, you know, outside bars and stuff.
Oh my God. Outside bars.
That seems like where it would happen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They're in pumpkins.
Yeah.
It's a pumpkin paddling race.
Yeah, kind of like
Pumpkin race.
Pumpkin
giant pumpkin
kayaking.
kayaking. I don't have a lot of information on it just because the sport itself isn't really called this. There's mainly just certain races about it, and I didn't want to just do a PowerPoint on just one race. But it's kind of simple. Most people grow their own pumpkins. You can't buy them, but most people do buy their own pumpkins. You hollow out the inside of a pumpkin and use it as a kayak, and you race in them. There are several different races you can choose to compete in, and the current world record for longest pumpkin kayaking is 45.67 miles,
Wow.
or
So-
73.5 kilometers.
So do some of these competitions just rely on like how far you can paddle that pumpkin?
No,
Like,
a lot of them are like, oh, it's a half-mile race, and you just race to see who gets there first. That's usually how it is. Hopefully your pumpkin will survive and not fall apart.
so the guy who made it 45.67
He did it
miles.
for a world record.
Okay, so he wasn't part of a race. There
No.
wasn't just some pumpkin race that was like, let's see how long somebody can make it in a pumpkin.
Yeah,
Stuart, you're
his-
right on the camera. We probably got a great Stuart shot
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, it's more of just like a fun little thing people do, like a little race. But this guy wanted to go for the world record. I mean, there's a lot of world
Yeah.
records that people just feel like,
Yeah.
I want to win. I want to be the best at it.
Yeah, there's always something. I mean, somebody hasn't done something yet, and
Yeah.
you can come up with it for yourself to do.
Oh, this is the last one. It's
That's the last
crazy.
one. Are those ferrets? Okay, he's got a ferret.
They're putting them in their pants.
Oh no, I know where this is going. It's you told us this was about enduring pain.
Yes, this is very much an enduring pain thing.
Ferret legging.
Ferret legging. This is an endurance test in which you take ferrets and you trap them in your trousers. And you just try to go as long as you possibly can. So this was popular amongst coal miners in England.
Uh-huh.
And contestants would put live ferrets into their trousers, and the winner is the one who can last the longest, and then like they release them. Yeah.
Are the ferrets okay?
This is animal cruelty.
Yeah.
It's messed
Yeah.
up in
The
my
ferret
mind.
probably has no idea what's happening. Like it just gets dropped into somebody's pant leg. Of course, it's going to start slashing. Like
yes.
it's freaked out.
It's very painful. So ferret legging may have originated during a time where only the relative wealthy in England were allowed to keep animals used for hunting, forcing poachers to hide these illegal ferrets in their trousers.
So
So
could
we decided
smuggle
to
them.
make it a sport out of it, to be like, how can I survive with these in it?
Jeez.
Yeah.
It was pretty popular in like the 70s for a while. And then it has since been kind of described as a dying sport. I'm glad. I'm
Yeah.
very glad
I
that's
think
a dying sport.
we can live without that one in the world.
Yeah. But there was a national ferret legging event in Richmond, Virginia, the U.S. from 2003 to 2009.
Crazy recent.
Yeah, it's too recent for me. Like, I feel like this should not be allowed. It's probably why I was only till 2009. I don't see
Yeah.
any animal rights.
ASPCA
Movements.
probably not having a good time of this.
No, they're probably out on their necks about it.
Yeah.
But it is described as a sport with little skill. You just have to be okay with. He said the word, your tool
Yeah.
getting bitten a lot. That's what some of the champions said. You just have to be used to getting bit a lot there. That's how
Yeah.
you survive.
I wonder how
Crazy.
long until someone tries to revive this quote unquote humanely with a robotic ferret.
Oh my god.
Somebody could do that. Somebody could make
Yeah.
like a Boston Dynamics ferret that's just got little metal claws and like it'd be more extreme than ever. Like a Terminator in your pants, just going ham. I bet somebody could try that.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of these people are purists. I bet
Oh,
if you
yes.
introduce that, they would be like, we like it the good old natural way of an actual
Yeah.
live ferret.
Yeah.
Because like, what if you get like a really nice ferret who just like chills? Like,
Yeah.
like some cats go crazy when you pick them up, but what if it's like a ferret who just like, this is okay. Like I'm in here.
Yeah, there had to have
Cozy.
been, when they did this with real ferrets, like a selection process of the ferret where they have to verify this is not some domesticated ferret that's going to be like a pillow. It's got to be a wild beast. I wonder how they like auditioned ferrets.
Well, it's also like, but what if a ferret like survive a lot? Like there are some people who like pets will never go up to them, and all of a sudden they'll meet someone and they fall absolutely in love with them. So you never know. You could be the lucky person who like the ferret falls in love with and just chills, and you just pretend to be in pain. You're like, ow,
Yeah, he's tearing me up.
he's tearing up. You have to play it up. You would have to play it up.
Yeah.
And then once it's done, because I don't think they check or anything, they're not going to look for claws.
Yeah, it's not like they're gonna like pull open your pants. You can't do that.
No. So that is the last one on here, but I wanted to end with the weirdest one.
That's a good one to end with.
That's really weird. There was another one I wanted to do was bed racing, where they actually use beds to race, but I ended up just wanting to end here.
We can do another volume of this someday. I mean, I'm sure there are other stranger even sports out in the universe. Ferret legging, though, of all the pain endurance, that just sounds especially cruel. Like I thought what you were going with when you were saying like it's invented during that time in England, when they're just like rich people doing eccentric things. Is like, did you ever see that movie, The Favorite? Like,
no, I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, the one about the queen just like being very eccentric and just the strange things these people did to amuse themselves in the palace. Like that's something that would have fit in there, I think. We're like, I'm rich and I have a ferret. Let me put on this performance for the rest of the. That's where I thought you were going. Like either they would do it themselves or they would just line up a bunch of serfs or something and be like, all right, you all get ferrets, and for our amusement, we see who taps out first.
Yeah, that makes more sense. At first, I thought you were going with like the rich people were doing that. I was like, that doesn't sound like rich people, but putting poor people.
I think they would tap serfs on the shoulder and be like, "You're coming to amuse us today. Get on the wagon." And you're in the palace the next minute. You're given a ferret, and
you have a nice feast for a second, and then you get a ferret in your pants. That's like the award, and then you're just getting messed up. But nope, it was poachers, which I mean, good poachers should be bitten up
by ferrets.
Yes, but. That's where it ends. Some weird sports. I hope you guys had fun learning more about sports.
Yeah, these are sports I've never heard of in my life for the most part. The cheese one was the one that's like, I knew the cheese, but everything else, man, no. I didn't ever know that. They don't show that on the Ocho.
That means the Ocho can expand. It has room to grow.
Yeah.
They can add ferret legging in next year.
We're going to start our own expansion of the Ocho. It's like, how do you say 9 in Spanish? It's going to be whatever that is. And then ours is going to have ferret legging. It's going to be man versus horse. It's going to be wife carrying.
Is it nueve? I don't know.
The nueve.
I just like trying to. I'm like, I've been studying Chinese for years. So I was like, Spanish.
I almost said the French, but nueve. Nueve.
I can't pronounce it.
Yeah.
I just started. I was like, wait, I need to start counting. I can get to 10 in Spanish.
Yeah, I only know Spanish numbers because I do crosswords now and then, and they very frequently ask for Spanish numbers for some reason. I guess it helps them like organize their lettering.
I only do the New York Times Mini.
Yeah. I do the New York Times and the LA Times. I think it's helping my brain, but maybe it's just making me frustrated.
I also like Connections. That's a fun one.
Connections is always fun.
I do those almost every day at the library.
Yeah, so if there's ever a Connections one day that's like weird sports, you're going to know which ones are in the category.
Mm-hmm. I would play that one. I'm like, yes. Ferret legging? Yeah. Shin kicking?
That belongs with this, yeah. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed that.
This could be a movie. And you might hear more about movie stuff. Not this exact thing, but movies eventually. We hope to do more films.
Soon you're going to see the movie that all of this research leads into.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. But thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye-bye.